Section 11.6. Going further. After people do a top-down design, they often see opportunities to refactor their code, which means making the code cleaner or better organized without changing its behavior. It's possible to refactor our program in several ways. For example, you might notice that many of our signature feature functions split the string into words and then ignore empty words. This task, returning a list of non-empty words from a string, could be split off into its own subtask function, which would further simplify any function that calls it. We might also decide that weights should be passed to process data, rather than hard-coding the weights in that function. The weights would then be hard-coded in make-guess, moving the decision higher in the function hierarchy and therefore making it easier to find and change if needed. It's also possible to improve the program in terms of its features or efficiency. For features right now, our program simply prints its best guess for the mystery book author. But we don't know anything about that guess. Was there a second author that was very close to the one that was guessed? If so, we might want to know that. More generally, we might want to know the top few guesses rather than just the top guess. That way, we have useful information about who the author might be, even if the top guess happens to be wrong. These are additional features that we could add to our program. For efficiency, let's think about that getAllSignatures function again. That function does a lot of work. If we have 5 books in our known directory, then it will read each of the 5 files and calculate each signature. Big deal, right? It's only 5 files and computers are really fast. But imagine if we had 100 files or 10,000 files. It may be acceptable to do all that work as a one-time only thing. But that's not what our program does. In fact, every time we run the program to get a guess for the author of a mystery book, it runs that getAllSignatures function, which means recreating those signatures every single time. That's a huge amount of wasted effort. It would be nice if we could just store those signatures somewhere, never having to calculate them again. Indeed, if we were to redesign the code for efficiency, a first step would be to ensure that the signature for a known text is only computed once and reused thereafter. That's exactly what tools like Copilot do. OpenAI trained GitHub Copilot just once on a huge corpus of code. That took thousands or millions of computer hours. But now that the training is done, it can keep writing code for us without having to train from scratch every time. The idea of doing the training once and then using that training for many subsequent predictions is a common paradigm throughout all of ML.